Maya stared at the screen in front of her, her heart pounding with excitement. The ice beneath her feet was thick and cold, but it hid something incredible, something no one on Earth had ever seen before. The strange metal object poking out of the ice was old, very old, but it had signs of human design. How was that possible on a planet so far away? She carefully brushed away the ice, revealing more of the artifact. It was shaped like a small box, covered in alien symbols that glowed faintly blue. Maya's fingers trembled as she touched it. Suddenly, the artifact buzzed to life, sending a soft hum through the cold air. A bright light flashed from the symbols, and a strange pattern appeared on her tablet. "Maya, what did you find?" came a voice from her radio. It was Commander Lee, back on the spaceship. "I'm not sure," Maya said, her voice low. "It looks like some kind of device, but it's unlike anything I've seen before. There's human writing here, mixed with alien symbols." "Human writing? Are you sure?" Lee asked, his voice filled with disbelief. "Yes," Maya replied. "I'm sending you the data now." The signal sent the information back to Earth. On the other side of the galaxy, scientists were already excited. If this was true, it could change everything they knew about humanity's place in the universe. For centuries, humans believed they were the newcomers to the stars, just one species among many trying to survive. But what if that was wrong? What if humans were the first? Before anyone could answer, Maya's radio crackled with static, then a sudden harsh voice broke through. "Leave the artifact where it is. Do not interfere." Maya's eyes widened. The voice was strange, cold, and full of warning. She looked around but saw no one. Suddenly, a bright light appeared in the sky, a fast-moving ship. It fired a warning shot near Maya, making the ice crack beneath her feet. "Get out of there," Lee shouted. Maya grabbed the artifact and ran as fast as she could toward the ship. The ice cracked loudly under her feet, and the cold wind whipped around her. Just before the enemy ship could attack again, a larger, friendly spaceship appeared and blocked the shot. Maya barely made it on board, her heart racing. The artifact buzzed in her hand, and the strange signals changed. Now, the symbol showed something new, a human face, but not one she recognized. The face looked old and wise, like someone from a long-forgotten past. "What is this?" Maya whispered. No one had an answer, but one thing was clear. Humanity's history was not what they thought. Back on Earth, the artifact's signals were studied by the best scientists. Dr. Harris, the lead researcher, stared at the glowing symbols on his screen. "This is extraordinary," he said. "These symbols combine human and alien technology. It suggests humans were here long before any known records." "But how?" his assistant asked. "We don't know yet," Dr. Harris replied. "But this changes everything. We need to find out where this artifact came from and who this person in the image is." Maya and her team prepared for a dangerous mission to explore the planet further. They would look for clues about the ancient humans who made the artifact. But they were not alone. In the shadows, a group watched the events unfold. They were part of a secret organization that wanted the artifact for themselves. If they controlled it, they could control the future of humanity, or destroy it. As Maya's ship lifted off from the icy surface, she looked back one last time. The planet was quiet, but the mystery was only beginning. Somewhere beneath the ice, the secret of humanity's true origins waited to be found. And Maya knew one thing for sure. Humans were not the newcomers to the galaxy. They were the first ones here. Back on Earth, the news of the ancient artifacts sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Dr. Harris and his team worked day and night to decode the strange signals coming from the device. The glowing symbols were more than just writing. They formed a star map. A map that led to a place no one had ever heard of, a lost human colony. Maya sat in the briefing room with her team. The star map displayed on the big screen before them. The map showed a distant system on the edge of known space, a place where no human ship had ever traveled. "Why would humans be on that planet?" asked Javier, the ship's engineer, his brow furrowed. Dr. Harris looked at the map carefully. "This colony is very old, thousands of years, maybe more. It was hidden, erased from all history. But this map proves it existed." Maya's eyes were full of determination. "Then we have to go there. We need to find out what happened." The team prepared for the journey. Supplies were loaded, ships checked, and plans made. But the secret of the artifact was no longer safe. The mysterious group that attacked Maya on the icy planet was watching. In a dark room somewhere else, a man in a black suit spoke into a communicator. They have the map. They are going to the colony. We cannot allow them to uncover the truth. Prepare the fleet. We move at dawn. Back on Maya's ship, the journey began. As they traveled through the cold emptiness of space, tension grew. The crew talked quietly about what they might find. "What if the colony is gone?" asked one of the new recruits, a young woman named Lila. Maya smiled gently. "Then we find out why, and maybe we learn who we really are." After days of travel, the ship arrived at the distant system. The stars here were strange, the light dimmer than normal. They entered orbit around a small planet covered in thick forests and tall mountains. This was the home of the lost colony. The surface was wild and untouched. No cities, no signs of life, just ruins covered in vines and moss. The team landed near the ruins, stepping carefully onto the soft ground. Maya led the way into a large building that looked like a temple. Inside, strange symbols covered the walls, some human, some alien. The air was still, but the silence was heavy with history. Javier examined a broken tablet on the floor. This writing, it's the same as the artifact. Suddenly, a low rumble shook the ground. The team looked around nervously. "Stay close," Maya said. "We don't know what's down here." They moved deeper into the temple. At the center, they found a huge door covered in more glowing symbols. Maya reached out and touched it. The door slowly opened, revealing a dark chamber beyond. Inside, they found strange machines and what looked like a control panel. A hologram flickered to life, showing a figure in a cloak. "Welcome," the figure said in a calm voice. "If you are here, you seek the truth." Maya stepped forward. "Who are you? What happened here?" The hologram showed images of people building cities, exploring space, and then of war, fires, destruction, and fear. "This was our home," the figure said. "Long ago, humans spread across the stars. We were the first to arrive. But a great enemy came, and we lost everything." The room shook again, this time stronger. The walls cracked, dust falling from the ceiling. "We must leave," Maya said urgently. "This place isn't safe." As they hurried outside, the mysterious group's ships appeared in orbit. The hunt for the truth was only beginning. Maya looked at the ruins and whispered, "We have to fight for our past, for our future." The ruins were silent now, but a new danger was waking. Maya's team hurried back to their ship, carrying pieces of ancient technology they found inside the temple. The machines were old but powerful, made with a mix of human and alien parts. Everyone wondered how humans could build such things so long ago. Back on the ship, Maya studied the machines carefully. "This technology is different from anything we have now," she said. "It could change everything." The crew worked late into the night trying to activate the devices. Suddenly, one of the machines sparked to life, lighting up the room with blue energy. A hologram appeared, showing a map with many planets connected by lines. Javier pointed at the map. "These lines are routes. Old human space routes. They show where people traveled." Maya's eyes shone. "This proves humans were explorers long before we thought." But the excitement was short. The ship's alarm started blaring. On the main screen, a fleet of enemy ships appeared, moving fast toward them. "It's the group that attacked me on the ice planet," Maya shouted. "They've been following us." The team prepared for battle. They had only a few small weapons, but they were determined to protect the truth. As the enemy ships closed in, Maya ordered the crew to launch a stealth device hidden in the ruins. The ship disappeared from enemy sensors, slipping quietly into space. "Good thinking," said Lee, the ship's commander. "But this won't stop them for long." The enemy was powerful and had many ships. Maya knew they had to find allies, and fast. Meanwhile, deep in the ruins, something strange was happening. The machines they brought back were not just tools. They were awake. Lights flickered in the old temple, and a low hum filled the air. Suddenly, a figure stepped out of the shadows. It was a tall alien, but unlike any species Maya had seen. Its eyes were kind but wise. It spoke slowly, in perfect English. "You have awakened the legacy of the first ones," the alien said. "We have waited for you." Maya stepped forward, cautious but curious. "Who are you?" "We are the Guardians," the alien explained. "Long ago, we helped humanity spread through the stars. We have watched from afar as darkness grew. Now, the time has come to fight together. Maya looked at her team. This was bigger than she imagined. The enemy wanted to erase human history. But now, there was hope. The Guardians promised to share their knowledge and help defend the lost colony. The next day, Maya's ship received a message from an unknown source. It was a warning. The enemy fleet was preparing to attack the colony planet. "We don't have much time," Maya said. "We must get ready for the fight of our lives." Her crew nodded, knowing this battle was not just. Maya and her team stared at the approaching fleet on the ship's main screen. The enemy ships were large and fast, their weapons glowing red in the darkness of space. They were the same forces who attacked her on the ice planet, and now they wanted to destroy the lost human colony. "This is bad," said Lee, the ship's commander. "They have more ships than we expected." Maya clenched her fists. "We can't let them erase our history." Suddenly, the ship's communications crackled. A cold, calm voice spoke. "You are trespassing on forbidden ground. Leave now, or face destruction." Maya took a deep breath. "We're not leaving. We want the truth. Humanity deserves to know who we really are." The voice laughed softly. "You are fools. Humans were never the first. You will learn your place soon enough." Maya's heart raced. She knew this was more than a fight for a planet. It was a war for the truth, and for humanity's future. The enemy ships moved closer, opening fire. Bright beams of energy struck the colony's atmosphere, shaking the planet. On the surface, the ruins began to crumble. Maya's team prepared their defenses, using the ancient technology they found. The machines hummed to life, creating shields and weapons. It was the first time in centuries the old human tech had been used. "Hold steady," Maya said. "We fight not just for ourselves, but for every human who came before." The battle was fierce. Enemy ships shot through the sky, while Maya's team launched counterattacks from orbit. The Guardians, the mysterious alien allies, joined the fight, their ships sleek and powerful. Amid the chaos, Maya's second-in-command, Javier, discovered a weak point in the enemy fleet's formation. "If we get that spot, we can break their lines," Javier said. Maya nodded. "Do it." With a risky maneuver, Maya's ship led a small group to attack the weak point. The enemy was surprised, and the fleet's formation broke apart. But the victory was short-lived. The enemy leader, a ruthless alien general, appeared on the screen. "You may win this battle," he sneered, "but the war is far from over. We will return, and humanity will be forgotten." Maya stared back, her eyes full of fire. "We will never forget. Humans were the first, and we will fight to the last breath to prove it." The enemy ships retreated, disappearing into the blackness of space. Maya and her team breathed a sigh of relief, but knew this was only the beginning. The lost colony was safe, for now, but the secret of humanity's true past was alive, and the fight to protect it had just begun. After the battle, the ruins were quiet again, but Maya knew the real challenge was just starting. Hidden deep beneath the surface, in the darkest parts of the lost colony, lay something powerful, a secret weapon. The ancient technology was not just a tool, it was a weapon capable of great destruction. Maya and her team had found clues about it in the temple. Now they had to find it before the enemy did. Back on the ship, Dr. Harris analyzed the data they collected from the ruins. "This weapon is unlike anything we have now," he said. "It could change the balance of power in the galaxy." Maya felt a chill. If the enemy controls it first, they could wipe out everything. The team landed back on the colony planet, moving carefully through the thick jungle. The air was heavy with silence. Strange sounds echoed in the distance, warnings of the dangers ahead. As they followed the star map from the artifact, they found an entrance hidden behind vines and rocks. The door was huge, covered with glowing symbols and ancient carvings. Javier examined the lock. "This is a complex system. It uses both human and alien technology." Maya pressed her hand on the door's surface. Slowly, it opened with a low rumble, revealing a dark corridor deep underground. The team moved forward, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. The walls were covered with paintings and writings telling the story of the ancient humans who once lived here. Suddenly, the ground shook. A loud roar echoed from the depths below. "Something is awake," whispered Leela, gripping her weapon tightly. They reached a large chamber where the secret weapon was stored, a massive machine glowing with blue energy. It looked like a starship engine, but was clearly a weapon of incredible power. Maya's heart raced. This is what they feared. Before they could study it more, alarms blared across their ship. The enemy fleet had returned, stronger and closer than before. Maya's team hurried back to the surface as enemy ships began to fire on the colony again. The battle was fierce, and the jungle shook with explosions. Using the ancient weapon might save them, or destroy everything. Maya faced a terrible choice. "We must protect this weapon," she said. "But we can't use it unless we have no other choice." The fight was brutal, but with help from the Guardians, Maya's team managed to push the enemy back once again. As the dust settled, Maya looked up at the stars. The war for humanity's past was far from over. But now, with the secret weapon in their hands, hope was stronger than ever. The war was getting worse. Enemy ships filled the sky, and the battle for the lost colony was at its peak. Maya's team knew this fight could decide the future of humanity. Back on the ship, Maya studied the secret weapon closely. It was powerful, but complicated. The ancient technology required knowledge they didn't fully have yet. Using it wrong could destroy the colony and themselves. "We have to be careful," Maya said. "This weapon is our last hope, but it's also very dangerous." The Guardians stood by her side. "We will help you control it," one of them said. Their technology and wisdom were centuries ahead of humans. As the enemy fleet closed in, Maya made a bold decision. "We will use the weapon, but only to stop the enemy, not to destroy the planet." The battle began again. Bright beams and explosions lit the dark sky. Maya's ship and the Guardians' fleet worked together to defend the colony. Javier managed to activate part of the weapon. Blue energy shot out, creating a powerful shield around the planet. Enemy weapons bounced off the shield harmlessly. But the enemy was clever. They sent a small squadron of fast fighters to attack the weapon directly. "Defend the weapon," Maya ordered. The crew fought fiercely. The ancient tech was damaged, but held strong. Maya realized the weapon was alive in a way. It responded to their will and needed them to be united. The alien general appeared again on the screen. "You may have power now, but it will not save you. Humanity is weak." Maya smiled. "You don't understand. Humans survive because we never give up." The fight went on for hours. The enemy began to retreat but warned, "This is not over." After the battle, Maya's team repaired the weapon and the colony's defenses. They knew more battles were coming. But for the first time, they believed they could win. "This weapon is a symbol," Maya said. "It shows that humans were the first and that we are still here, strong and ready to fight." The Guardians nodded. "Together, we will protect the legacy of the first ones." Maya looked out at the stars, ready for whatever came next. The war was far from over, but hope was alive. The stars above the lost colony were quiet now, but the battle scars remained. Maya and her team worked tirelessly to rebuild the ancient city and strengthen the defenses. The Guardians stayed with them, sharing their knowledge and helping to unlock more secrets of the past. Each day, new discoveries told stories of human bravery, wisdom, and hope from long ago. One evening, Maya stood on a hill overlooking the ruins. The sun was setting, casting orange light across the forests. She held the artifact, the same one that started it all, in her hands. "We were the first," she whispered. "Not just survivors, but explorers, builders, warriors." Suddenly, the ship's communication crackled. It was a message from Earth. "Maya," Lee's voice said, "we have news. Other colonies are calling. They want to join us." Maya smiled. The truth was spreading. Humanity was awakening to its real past and its real future. But the enemy was not gone. A warning came through the sensors. New ships were approaching, stronger than before. Maya's eyes burned with determination. "We fight for our history, for our future, and we will never back down." The final battle was coming. But now, humanity was ready, stronger than ever, united with their alien allies, armed with ancient power and unbreakable will. The legacy of the first ones would live on.